Hi Craig, so here's a problem that I'm running into. And by the way, I've noticed that you've done a fair amount of work with adding to the student interactivity with this and changing colors, and I appreciate what you're doing. It's definitely going in the right direction. I log on as a student. I've created a temporary student so I can start to test all my work. Right away you'll notice when I've logged off and logged back on, there's visual issues with the log on, but that's not a huge deal. My kids can get around that. So I'll log in. Everything's starting to show up, although I still don't have the ability to delete an incorrectly placed chapter. But anyways, the specific root of the issue that I have. I'll go pick a question. Here I have a rate question. I'll put together a solution. Notice you've added a red pen. I'll use the red pen. So 48 divided by 16, and this is in hot dogs per person. So I end up with 3 hot dogs per person as my solution. I'll click save and go back. This question is programmed so that they can get help after the answer has been submitted. I'll come back and I'll click submit, and I'll get to a freeze. Maybe what we need to do is we need to just plain eliminate the save button. My students aren't all that interested in partially saving their work, and it seems to be not functional. If we remove that from it until we have the code working for it, it'll perhaps save some confusion and save some problems with the students. Let me exit that frame and go back in now. Now when I go back in, I don't have pen functionality. I think eliminating that save button would really help us out. So if we can get rid of that, we can potentially run out of that problem. Let me log back in again to show just one other issue that I have. So I'll log back in as my temporary student. And I'll answer one of these questions. First off, when I started adding some problems, they didn't have this cutoff mark right here. This question was just copied and pasted from a straight Word document, and it cut off a fair amount of the text that went after here. I don't know why it decided to cut off only this question and not others in this exact same section, but that needs to be looked at. So perhaps we go ahead and we answer this. 78.43, it was asking for the amount of money he made per hour in an 8-hour shift. So this is dollars per hour, and we don't really need to see the math here, right? But I believe it's 9.8 something. So 9.80 dollars per hour. Now rather than clicking save, I'll click submit. After they submit, they should be able to go in and check for help because they've submitted, and just check and see whether or not they've done the question correctly. Now this doesn't have the answer loaded up on it, so there's probably something going on, maybe with the student permissions. Alright, and I'll then click save, and it should automatically exit. Now when I go into a new problem, I no longer have pen functionality. If I were, however, to just log on, bear with me a second. Go here, answer a problem, some answer. By the way, the pen's looking pretty good. Click submit and close and go to another. I again don't have pen functionality. It appears that they can only answer one question at a time, which is really a large problem. I don't want to have my students tripping over the login every time, since often spelling their names, well, I shouldn't be so facetious, but they do have typing issues, and sometimes logging in becomes complicated. So if we can sort out that save submit issue, I think I would feel comfortable working with this system again. Now, I just wanted to point out, Question 616 and question 617 were added in exactly the same way by copying and pasting from a document. Question 617 was clipped. Question 616 was not clipped. I have no reason why, but perhaps you could let me know that, or work on something to solve it. Anyways, I just wanted to record this. I hope everything is well, and I look forward to hearing your response.